We have all developed a healthy skepticism towards shady emails. We check the sender address, look for typos, and send the junk straight to the trash. But text messages bypass that natural guard. Because our phones are personal devices that buzz in our pockets, we subconsciously treat SMS as urgent and inherently verified. This psychological trust is what hackers exploit. In Mr. Robot, attackers distracted a facility manager by sending her a text pretending to be her husband, claiming he was in the hospital. She panicked and left her post, allowing the hackers to gain physical access. This attack used a technique called SMS spoofing. To see why this works, look at this comparison of data packets. Modern chat apps send messages through a secure tunnel, using cryptography to lock the data and verify the sender. But traditional SMS text messaging relies on legacy infrastructure. It travels on an open, exposed pathway with no built-in encryption. If we zoom in on the metadata header of that unencrypted packet, the vulnerability becomes clear. The sender ID, the name or number that appears at the top of your screen, isn't a verified signature. It is an editable string of text. Anyone with the right tools can overwrite the original phone number with any name they choose, from Google to Mom. Because of this architectural flaw, the name at the top of a text thread provides no proof of identity. This makes SMS a critical point of failure for intercepting two-factor authentication codes or gaining initial access to a corporate network. The tools used to launch these attacks are surprisingly accessible. Attackers use legitimate enterprise-grade platforms called SMS gateways. These are the same services marketing companies use to send promotional texts to thousands of customers simultaneously across the global telecom network. Gateway providers vary significantly in their security policies. Strict platforms like Twilio require government identity verification and business licenses before allowing a user to change a sender name. Less restrictive gateways, however, allow immediate network access after a basic email sign-up, with almost no oversight. To demonstrate this risk, cybersecurity researcher Zaid from Z Security established a controlled testing environment on one of these less restrictive platforms. The process required nothing more than an email and a phone number. The administrative barrier is minimal. After adding €30 in credit and navigating to the campaign dashboard, the option to input a custom sender ID becomes available to any user. Launching an impersonated message across international borders requires only a few dollars and a web browser. The technical safeguards of the global telecom network can be bypassed by anyone with an account. Access to the network is just the first step. To succeed, an attacker must mimic the tone and formatting of a trusted entity. If they are pretending to be a tech company, the message is formal and technical. If they are impersonating a friend, they use casual language. The goal is to manufacture extreme urgency. By claiming an account is locked or a fraudulent charge has been detected, the attacker triggers a panic response. This emotional state makes a target much more likely to follow instructions without checking for errors. This flowchart illustrates the attack funnel. When the target clicks the SMS link, they are directed to a cloned portal. Typed passwords and security questions are routed directly to the attacker's database, instead of the legitimate service. In the demonstration, Zaid inputs the target phone number and includes a payload link. He sets the sender ID to Adrian, the name of a friend. With a single keystroke, the message is launched. Within minutes, the target phone receives a notification. Because the name Adrian appears on the lock screen, the target's immediate instinct is to trust the source, lowering the barrier to clicking the link inside. The way smartphone software handles these messages is particularly dangerous. The spoofed text doesn't start a new thread. It automatically groups itself with previous legitimate messages from the real sender. This makes the attack devastatingly effective. It weaponizes the phone's own user interface, placing a malicious link directly beneath a genuine conversation you had days ago, making it nearly impossible to distinguish between the two. When visual verification fails, we have to rely on behavioral red flags. Even if the sender's name looks correct, any message that demands urgent action or includes an unexpected link should be treated with extreme caution. There is one constant in digital security. Legitimate institutions will never ask you to verify passwords or provide security answers through a link sent in a text message. If a service needs you to take action, go directly to their official website in a separate browser. Defending against this requires moving away from SMS entirely for security. You should deprecate the use of text-based two-factor authentication, as those codes travel over the same exposed infrastructure used in these attacks. A more secure approach is to use encrypted authenticator apps or physical hardware security keys. These tools use cryptographic verification that can't be spoofed by a text message gateway. SMS spoofing succeeds by exploiting legacy technology to execute a psychological attack. Until telecom providers adopt more rigorous verification standards, a user's own skepticism and the use of modern authentication tools are the primary ways to prevent a breach. To see more deep dives into how these exploits work, subscribe to This Will Surprise You and like the video. If there's a specific cybersecurity topic you want us to investigate, let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.